Good morning, student. Welcome to the biology class. This video is the continuation videos of our absorption of root topic. In the previous video, already I taught you about that the characteristics of the roots and very important phenomena which is related to absorption of root like imbibition, diffusion, got it? Osmosis, osmotic pressure, tonicity, got it student? And active transport and passive transport. If you have any doubt regarding to the topic, again you watch this video, then you will understood the today's video. Understood student? In this video we are going to study about that the turgidity and flaccidity. Let us move towards the today's lecture. Turgidity, you know that means when the cell become a swell up, it called the turgid condition. Okay. And flaccidity, when the cell become a shrink. In this video we will details study about that the turgidity and flaccidity. Let us move toward the today's lecture. First we will going to study about that the turgidity. Turgidity means see this structure. This is the cell structure. You know that this plant cell have a large vacuoles. Why? Because it store the cell sap. You know that what is meant by cell sap? Cell sap is the composition of the waters and nutrient and sugar. Got it? Whenever we put, in the last lecture also I taught about that, whenever we put the cell into the water, what happened? The cell is contain the sugar solution, means it is the less concentration of water. In the surrounding there is the water, because why? We putting the cell into the water. The cell is absorb the water by the process of osmosis, and see this vacuole become a large. This condition is called as the turgid condition of the cell, means the cell is a fully swollen up and no more water can enter into the cell, means such the cell cannot accommodate the any more water. This type of the cell is called as the turgid cell, and this condition of the turgid cell is called as the turgidity. Got it? What is mean by turgidity? Turgidity means what, beta? Whenever the cells are continuously osmosis and cell in the step there is cell cannot absorb the more water, cannot accommodate the more water, this condition of the cell is the turgid condition. It is also called as the turgidity. Got it beta? Turgidity means क्या होता है? And flaccidity is opposite. See, flaccidity means what? Whenever we put the cell into the sugar solution, means the hypertonic solution. Hypertonic means the less concentration of water and more concentration of solute. Solute means sugar and solvent means water. In the last video I explained the two terms, solute and solvent. Means whenever we put the cell into the sugar solution, what happens student? In the cell is contain the cell sap, there is also contain the water, and whenever we put it into the sugar solution, the water is thrown out from the cell. What it? We draw the water from the cell. In the osmosis I explained about that endoosmosis and exoosmosis. Endo means the water is diffused in the cell. Got it? And exo means it is the outward diffusion of the water through by the semi-permeable. Same that when the cell put it into the sugar solution, what happen? Whatever water is present in the cell, which is withdraw from the cell, and the cell become a shrink. Whenever the cytoplasms from the cell was, देखो, I will draw the diagram. This is the cell. It is the large vacuoles. When the vacuoles are shrink and the cytoplasm from the cell wall, See, this is the plant cell. This is the cell membrane. Whenever the cell become a shrink, this cell membrane is leave from the cell wall. Got it? And cell membrane is a shrink. This condition is called as the plasmolysis. And flaccidity means what, student? Is the condition in which the cell content is shrink, means whatever cell content are shrunken and the cell is no more tight, no more shrink. This condition is called as the flaccidity. समझ में आ गया बेटा टर्जिडिटी क्या है? टर्जिडिटी मीन्स द सेल बिकम अ स्वेल अप and flaccidity is opposite to the turgidity. The cell become a shrink and it condition there is no more shrinkage, no more tight the cell. This condition is called as the flaccidity. Understood the two phenomena? Next is the C, student, turgor pressure and wall pressure. See, I explain. Let us move. देखो बेटा, this cell is the turgid cell. Turgid cell means what? Whenever the cell swell up, cell cannot accommodate more water inside the cell. That time, whatever cell content which is present in the cell, they exert the pressure on the cell wall. This pressure is called as the टर्गर प्रेशर. समझ में आ गया? टर्गर प्रेशर मीन्स व्हाट? सेल ज़्यादा स्वेल होने से, सेल ने ज़्यादा वाटर एब्जॉर्ब करने से सेल के जो कंटेंट है, दिस कंटेंट आर एक्सर्ट द प्रेशर ऑन द सेल वॉल. दिस प्रेशर इज कॉल्ड एज द टर्गर प्रेशर. अंडरस्टूड? एंड अपोजिट, व्हेन द सेल वॉल exert the pressure on the cell content is called as the wall pressure. Understood? What is the turgor pressure and what is the wall pressure? Turgor, again I will repeat it. Turgor pressure means the pressure which is the pressure of the cell content, the pressure of the cell content against the cell wall. This pressure is called as the turgor pressure. See, and the wall pressure means the cell wall exert the pressure, the cell wall exert the pressure on the cell content. It's called as the wall pressure. Understood, student? Turgidity is very important, very useful term to the plant. Let us see how does the turgidity is useful to the plant. See, student, the turgidity is provide the rigidity to the soft tissue such as the leaves. The turgor pressure help to push through the hard ground. Turgidity in the root cell build up the pressure. Turgor is also opening and closing the stomata and turgor movement. One by one we will see. First we see the turgidity is provide the rigidity to the soft tissue as a leaves. See, student, look at this picture. First use of turgidity is provide the rigidity of the soft tissue. I will give one example. Whenever we are potted the new plant and if we are not watering few minutes to the plant, what happens, student? The plant is like that. The leaves are wilting. Because what? Their cell is a shrink, flaccid. प्लांट के सेल में वाटर ही नहीं है बेटा, तो वो श्रिंक हो गए, सो दैट द लीव्स आर विल्टिंग. बट whenever I am watering the plant, that time what happen? The cells become a tight. Cells means this turgidity. Whenever we are watering the plant, the cells are absorb the waters continuously by the process of osmosis, and the leaves the cell become a tight, and this turgidity is provide the tissue, soft tissue of the plant and the plant, the leaves are stand upright like that. Got it? What is the first use of the turgidity? I told you the turgidity is provide the rigidity of the soft tissue. In the afternoon also, देखो बेटा आफ्टरनून में आप देखो मोस्ट ऑफ द लीव्स आर विल्टिंग. विल्टिंग मीन्स मुरझा जाते हैं. विल्टिंग मीन्स मुरझा जाते हैं लीव्स. वाई बेटा? बिकॉज in the hot sunny ray continuously transpiration and less water are absorbing. That times the cell have a not swelling, the cells is not turgid, so the leaves are wilting. Understood? The most important use of the turgidity in the plant, the turgor pressure help to push the hard ground. See this picture. Whenever we are whenever the seedling, we watering the seeds and the seeds are growing, means the seeds are two parts, roots and shoot part. The shoot part is exert the pressure on the soil and the shoot parts are come throughout the soil. This is in the germination, the process of germination, these shoot part are exert the pressure on the soil and peep out from the soil, and it help the turgor pressure to push through the hard ground. See beta, in the roots of certain tree have been seen in the crack of the wall, the crack of the floor. बड़े बड़े सीमेंट की बिल्डिंग होती है बेटा, बट द टर्गर प्रेशर इज ऑल्सो क्रैक द वॉल ऑफ द बिल्डिंग. गॉट इट? टर्गर प्रेशर इट ऑल्सो हेल्प टू पुश द हार्ड ग्राउंड, एंड ड्यू टू द टर्गर प्रेशर इन द जर्मिनेशन ऑफ द सीड इन द सॉइल. जो सॉइल में जो शूट पार्ट है बेटा, ड्यू टू द टर्जिडिटी दे आर exert the pressure on the hard ground, hard soil and peep out from the soil. So turgidity is very important to help push the throughout the hard ground. Turgor is also root cell build up the root pressure, means see the turgidity whenever we cut the small potted plant, some waters are come out. ऐसे भी बेटा आपने छोटा सा स्टेम ले लिया, स्टेम को कट कर दो, सेल सैप आर कम आउट, वाटर के ड्रॉपलेट्स बाहर आ जाते. वेन एवर वी आर कट द, यू ऑब्जर्व द पिक्चर, वेन एवर वी कट द स्मॉल potted plant and we adjust the test tube which is opening into the both end, the water level is rise up. Why the water level is rise up? Because the root are continuously absorption of water, and these absorption the cell become a turgid, and these cells cell to cell osmosis and send the water upward part of the plant through by xylem tissue. Got it? Means the turgidity is also help to build up the root pressure. Understood? Next point is the turgidity. Turgor is also help to opening and closing of stomata. In the photosynthesis, we have seen beta how does the stomata is opening and closing. What happened? The stomata is made from the two bean-shaped guard cell, and these guard cells are continuously absorb the waters from the surrounding. And whenever the guard cell become a swell up, turgid, they opening the stomata. And whenever the stomata is opening, with the help of stomata, plant can absorb the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Plant are also throughout the water by the process of transpiration. And in the night time, that time the photosynthesis process is not going on, the water is shrinkage from the stomata and the stomata will be closed. Means the turgor pressure is also help to the stomata closing and opening. In the last point is the turgor movement. You have seen student, some plant, whenever touch me not plant, It is very sensitive plant. Whenever we touch the plant, the leaves of the plant is closed and the petioles are wilt. What it after few minutes again it is as it is. The leaves are open and the leaves are stand upright. Means what happens, student? This plant, it is also called as the Mimosa pudica. Mimosa pudica, it is the sensitive plant. Whenever touch, this is the very sensitive plant. Whenever I am teaching you to the next topic is the hormones which is related to the plant, that times you understood that some important terms which is related. Whenever I am teaching this lesson, that times you will understood what is the process is going on. Means it is the tropic movement of the plant. It called as the thingotropism. Sorry, not it called the thingotropism. Means it responds, thingotropism, it responds the touch stimulus. Means whenever we touch, there are sensation of the Mimosa pudica and these leaves are closed and wilting. Got it, student? Means the turgidity is also help to the turgor movement. Understood? Is the important definition is the root pressure. Root pressure means the pressure which develop in the root due to the continuously inflow of the water and which help to push the plant sap upward through by the xylem tissue. It's called as the root pressure. Understood, student? What is mean by root pressure? Root pressure is a pressure which is exerted on the root due to the continuously absorption of water from the soil. Next topic is the root pressure. I told you root pressure में क्या होता है बेटा? The root is continuously absorption of the water. So the continuously absorption of the water, the pressure which is exerted on the roots, and due to the pressure the water is rise up. Understood? And the last topic of this video is a guttation. Guttation, I also told you in the transpiration video. Guttation means what beta? The small opening which is present on the outer surface of the lip. This is the margin. These, and in the early morning, otherwise in the rainy season, this opening is called as the hadathorus, and the water droplets are come out through by the hadathorus is called as the guttation. समझ में आ गया आपको गट्टेशन क्या है? गट्टेशन means the water, tiny water droplets are come through by the hadathorus. It's called as the guttation. Understood, student? In the next video, I explaining some important experiment which is very helpful to related absorption of root and the forces which is contributing the ascent of sap. Understood, student? Today's lecture. Thank you.